All right, guys. So I'm back. I know it's been a long time. I'm looking forward to providing a lot of new content for you guys. I know there's plenty of questions that you might have about BitcoinPoW. I just for now wanted to talk about a rather important issue for potential miners. So we're gonna hop over to the BitcoinPoW official GitHub, see if we can find the new wallet. So it looks like it's right here. So we got BitcoinPoW core version 0.2135. So what this means, it's an update. They modified the transaction send function. So as you can see, we've got a string here. We've got a string here. This just shows different output amounts. So if you're using Windows, you're basically going to want to click, let's see, the qt.exe. So we're going to do that. Now it's downloading up here. So let's see. I might have to start this over if this is personal stuff. Let's see. Okay, so we have BitcoinPoW QT right here. And we're going to go Windows. We're going to do this one just to do this because I'm not trying to open my personal ones. If you follow my first YouTube tutorial, this is basically the setup that I made for YouTube. So as you can see, I went here and I am copying the new file because there's no other Bitcoin QT here. Now there's a chance potentially that the file is going to look like this with a 1. So if that's the case, you're going to delete the old one like this, and you're going to delete it, and you're going to go here, and let's see. You're going to go like that, copy, Windows, BitcoinPoW folder. Oh, that's my other one. We're going to go here, and we're going to paste it. And what it's going to ask is if we want to replace the file at the destination. So as you can see, today is the 16th at about 8:50 p.m. We're looking at an older file here. You can tell by the date. So what I'm going to do when I paste this file, I'm going to replace it at the destination. There you go. It's completed. It's updated, new modified version. We are going to go to CMD. And I'm actually going to do this in a way that's easier for you guys to recognize. I'm going to go to my YouTube channel. We're going to pull up the mining tutorial, 600 views. That's pretty cool. Got advertisement on it now, which is pretty sweet. So anyway, we're going to pull this up and I'm going to basically modify it here because I know this isn't the same. Oh. Okay. So this should work. So let's get that. We're going to open our BitcoinPoW by pasting it. There's our first wallet. Now we're going to get the second one. You guys aren't going to have to modify it. It just depends on your folder name. So for this, I recommended BTCW, but for my demo wallets, I wrote out BitcoinPoW. So we're just going to do that. So here we go. Second one as well. And we're going to see what we got. Here we go. So they're syncing, which is fine. I probably should have synced these before, but it shouldn't take too long. Let's see. So that one's syncing now too. I'm gonna put the source wallet over here. It's always the easiest way to go. Now, guys, there's a lot of new concepts that I would like to talk about in another video. I know this is going to take a little while to just get synced over, so if I could offer some commentary, it would be nice. It seems that we have a lot of new volume on Expatron. Let me see if I can pull that up. Actually, Expatron is best browsed on Google Chrome Incognito. Good thing to remember. Hopefully we get the DEX trade listing soon so we don't have to worry about this platform for too long. But as you can see, we almost have $14,000 in trading volume on BitcoinPoW on this small centralized exchange alone. I have a hunch that there's a lot of big money interest on this project. I'm very interested in that. Looks like we've got some sells at 220 or 225 units at 27 cents. So some of these lower bids are actually filling, which is surprising, but at the same time, we've had a ton of volume today. The spread is massive. This price is going to stabilize considerably soon. There's a lot of things that I'm excited about with this project. It's hard to get into all the specifics because there's so many, but I'm going to try to make a video in the future kind of going into why I'm so bullish on this concept, why I'm so bullish on, the mentality of the main people that are running the group, things like that. And why I think it's going to prevail ultimately. We just had somebody donate like 25% of the ZegX listing fee, which is awesome. We might have some exposure on ZegX if that's the case. If you guys are familiar with ZegX, it's a great beginner exchange, I guess you would call it, like a low level exchange where they have a variety of startup coins listed. It's very common to see coins in the even $2 or $3 million market cap range, getting fairly high volume on this platform. But as you can see, even with something like Bitcoin, I guess it would be more expected that on a smaller exchange, it wouldn't have sufficient liquidity. So here you can see we've got almost 2 Bitcoin in liquidity at the suggested price. So that's a lot. You can move a lot of potential blue chips on this platform. And they also offer a liquidity pooling feature where you can pool your favorite coins together. For example, let's say somebody wants to pair something with Fennec. In the case, I'm a fan of this project, and somebody paired Fennec and Lincoin together here. Fairly thick pool as well. It's very nice, I mean, it just adds to stability. Essentially, it moves value from one project to the next as their values shift. This platform works, but I think ZegX would be much nicer, so I'm really looking forward to that. So we're going to get out of incognito. Going to go back here. Actually, we got the new version of the wallet. It's still syncing, so I might pause the recording because it seems like it's taking a while to sync. But with that said, interesting. I guess we can go through this together, guys. Mining wallet. It's not pulling up. I think it's because I'm mining on this computer. It's kind of taking up a considerable portion of my CPU capacity. Let's check that out real quick. I guess while we're looking this stuff over. So yeah, I'm running at like 50%, which is decent. I'm getting about as much hash as I can while not impacting the performance too severely on the unit, on the computer. So, if I had this completely designated for mining, I would have a completely different opinion of whether or not I was comfortable with putting more transactions on this computer. But as it stands, I'm relatively comfortable. Let's see. So I'm not sure why the second mining wallet. There we go. Nice. Well, I think I'm going to pause the recording for now. I'll be back shortly, guys. Thank you. Okay, so we are going to pull up the wallets that looks like we're still waiting on a blockchain confirmation here. What I'm going to do in the meantime, to show you guys how this works, we're going to create a bunch of new receiving addresses. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's just do 7. So this will work. We'll do 8. Why not? So what we're going to do while we wait on this confirmation, we're going to get a string. Let me see. We're going to get a string of these addresses put together. We're going to go TX space quotation. We're going to pull these. Oh, let's see. We're going to show copy address. Going to show that that one was the last one. You paste space in between. Now, you know what? I like it this way more. So we're going to go window, receiving addresses. This way it shows what it is. So next one here, paste, space. You go to the third one, copy address, paste, space. Fourth one, copy the address. Space. It's a little tedious at first, but then what you want to do is you want to save this whole thing. So now we're on the 4th, we go to the 5th, and we paste it, hit space. Let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to go up past the WB. There we go. It's very straightforward, at least this step. But it makes sense to do while we're waiting for the next block height, because we have to get that source wallet with a balance. So I'm going to put the quotation closed. I'm going to put that minimum quantity of BitcoinPoW to send. And I'm just going to say, let's get the Block Explorer up. Block Explorer V2. Check the fees. Show network details. See details. Okay, so the average fee is about 8,000. 8,000 will get us through. If you look, this is the highest fee at the moment, which we don't really need to account for. I would say the second one is kind of irrelevant too. But if you see there's like an average of 8,000, or if most of them are 7,305 or 7,000, we're going to get through with 8,000 most likely. So we're going to go back to our notepad, and we're going to say 8,000. That's for the fee. And then theoretically, we're just going to send 15 transactions. Now, if you were trying to load your wallet, I'd say like maybe 1,500, maybe 1,000. But for now, I just want to practice this. We're just going to say 15. So this would be your string, basically. So just TX space quotation, address, space, address, space, address, space, all the way down. Now, I would recommend make 40. Now, let's say 35 addresses and make a similar string, simply putting one space between each address in the TX command within the console. So that's what I'd recommend. Using more addresses enables the user to have a smaller transaction fee per batch of transactions. Okay, so the total fee will be higher, but on a per transaction, I'm gonna basically read this over when I'm done, so that anybody using a translator can easily read what I'm saying. On a per transaction basis, using more addresses in the console, TX command will reduce average. Okay, so all we know is that the maximum that anybody's tried that I know is 35 addresses. So make 35 addresses and make a similar string as above, right here, something similar to this, simply putting one space between each address in the transaction command within the console. Using more addresses enables the user to have a smaller transaction fee per batch of transactions. The total fee will be higher, but on a per transaction basis, using more addresses in the console transaction command will reduce the average fee. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to copy this. I would recommend that you save whatever you make like that. So we're going to say TX command string for mining wallet 1. Just save it like that. So we do next. Coins are available, which is great. So here's how we test it. You see it says for the last video that I made, it was December 28th, around this time. So we're going to want to see new transactions flowing over to the right side on January 16th, 2024. So let's give this a shot. We're going to go to console. So we go to window, console, here we are. And then you're going to simply paste that command, hit enter. Boom. Look at them go. Bam, bam, bam. We just knocked a bunch of transactions over. Now we're receiving. Boom, boom, boom. January 16th. Unconfirmed, but if you notice, we just put through about 120 transactions for half a coin, which means basically we're using less than 1% of a coin per transaction. So with the current fee market, that's a very competitive rate and it has higher throughput. You can get more transactions through than anything else. As you can see, the first time I tried this, if you remember my last video with the mining tutorial, I believe I had 6 coins here and I pumped a bunch of them through and I only got about 44 transactions. So now we got 120 within one block height, which is great. These are all going to be confirming soon. And that's pretty much it. So if you have any questions, let me know. Just wanted to give you guys an updated version of the mining tutorial. It's up to date. You need to know this with the newest version of the wallet. So I'm going to change the video description on the previous video to mention that you should check the most recent mining tutorial for further instruction on how to properly mine. So this is how you get transactions flowing. Obviously, you need hardware with sufficient capability to be CPU mining. You just need a good CPU at the end of the day, guys. So look, if you want to stop the command midway, what I'm going to do instead of that, I'm just going to delete the 5. It's only going to execute one more time, and then this whole command is going to stop. Another good question that somebody asked me recently was that they were wondering if you need you need to negate this transaction or if the most recent one will overwrite the previous command. So basically, if you put a more recent command in the console, it'll take that one and it'll discard the previous. So I think that's all for now. I'm really looking forward to dropping some commentary soon, and I look forward to hearing from you guys in the comments. All right, thank you.